Good morning, Malibu. Thank you for waking up with us this morning. Grab yourself a cup of coffee.
And don't go anywhere because Good Morning Malibu starts right now. Good Morning Malibu, I'm Shayla Girardin.
And I'm Phil Riola. We're here with Good Morning Malibu. The federal government hopes this will give you something to think about the next time you are behind the wheel. Doing anything other than driving could cost you. There's a new push to crack down on distracted driving, and it kicks off this Monday. The Secretary of the Transportation Administration says it puts distracted drivers in the same category as enforcing seatbelt laws and fighting drunk driving. Distractions include things like texting, using a cell phone, eating, drinking, reading maps, using navigation systems, adjusting radio, and even talking to someone else in your vehicle. The DOT says if you text, you take your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds, and at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of an entire football field. So Shayla, when you're texting, don't text for 5 seconds, text for 2.5 and go 50 yards and get a first down.
I'm convicted. No, I'm really good about texting while driving.
I know. You always yell at me for it. I'm bad.
Very true. Very true. But other things like drinking water, talking to someone else on the phone, I'm convicted about.
The drinking water and talking to people in your car is confusing because I'm pretty sure people have been doing that for, 50 plus years, and it's just taking the government this much time to say talking to someone in your car is just as bad as drinking and driving.
I feel like a little bit of that
stretch.
you really can't avoid.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to eat in the car or talk to the passenger. I mean, sometimes it's a necessity.
You got to get that Cliff Bar while you're in traffic. I think they're really trying to crack down on texting and driving, but they're trying to sugarcoat it by saying that there's other problems. But really,
true.
I think it's the texting.
But in the meantime, I think I need to get better on my multitasking,
Yeah.
talking while driving. It's a work in progress, right?
Yeah. We're practicing. Every time we text and drive in the car, we're just practicing to make sure that...
Yes. It's a good excuse.
But don't.
But don't do it.
Don't. It's bad.
And be on the lookout because now Facebook is watching you. Facebook researchers have introduced brand new technology that can identify people's faces with a whole new accuracy. This new facial recognition software is known as Deep Face because it can recognize you from your side profile, and it recognizes the correct face approximately 97% of the time. So right now it's only in the research phase, and Facebook hasn't confirmed that they will use it, but Deep Face, it's a little concerning. Now they can recognize my side profile. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean,
That's a little creepy.
I'm pretty sure it's going to get to the point where you can take a picture of your shadow, and Facebook will be like, "Is this Shayla Girardin? Would you like to tag her shadow?"
Would you like to tag Phil Riola from the back of your head? It's only a matter of time, but I am a little creeped out by this.
It's interesting technology, but it's very creepy, and especially that Facebook has actually developed it. You would think that it would be like NSA or the FBI or the CIA, but it was Facebook. It's Mark Zuckerberg and his team up in Northern California thinking, how can we identify Shayla by her profile?
And to be honest, I don't really know if I want to be identified by my profile, and especially not tagged in an image that's a profile shot. That's not the most comforting, so I think I'll pass on this one.
So, Shayla, we've all heard of the show Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, but have you heard now it's Are You Smarter Than a 5-year-old? We have a new one for you. The Microsoft researchers are saying that a 5-year-old is basically outsmarting a bunch of Microsoft software analysts. A boy in San Diego gave them a run for their money by outsmarting Xbox security measures amid the nationwide hoopla or the worldwide hoopla, really, I mean, it's international, over the new Xbox that came out. A hidden vulnerability that could allow anyone to break into Xbox accounts just by having a console and using it. This vulnerability was discovered by Christopher von Hassel, whose feet don't even touch the ground when he's sitting on his couch playing, and he was able to hack into Xbox and basically hack into other people's Xbox accounts. And you see him there, and it's really hysterical.
It's really sorry. Funny. I'm so convicted too because he's half my size, and hacking Xbox.
Yes.
I mean,
I can barely get Siri to work, and this 5-year-old hacked into the worldwide Xbox network.
I mean, my GPS navigation system is a challenge, let alone Xbox at 5 years old.
Yeah,
What?
his parents said that when he was very, very young, he started toying around with their iPhones and their cell phones, and just, I guess, in 4 years progressed to hacking into Xboxes.
Oh my gosh, the rest is history.
I know, and at 5 years old.
Oh, those apps can be so confusing. But speaking of apps,
have a new
actually,
one.
there's a brand new app that's gaining popularity for when you gotta go, and it's known as Run Pee. This new app tells you the best time to run and pee during a movie without missing the best scenes. So how it works is you select the film that you're going to be watching, and it'll inform you of a 3 to 5 minute time slot where not too much action is happening, and you can run and go to the restroom. And it even gives you a first and a second alternate time slot, and it vibrates for you when it's time to go, so you won't miss out. And it even fills you in on what you're missing, gives you a little bit of a plot synopsis. I don't know.
The little notices
this is a push for me.
In the beginning of the movie when they say, please turn off or silence your cell phone, it's going to be, please turn off or silence your cell phone, unless you're using it to tell you when to appropriately use the restroom.
When to use Run Pee.
When to use Run Pee. Great name.
Yeah, lots of creativity right there in that name. And like, what thought process goes behind this? It says that they actually have to screen all of these films that are playing in the movie theaters
to be able to tell people when to use the restroom.
When the best time to go to the restroom is. Like, can't you hold it? I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Like,
when you drink that 1 gallon of Diet Coke to go along with your 14 pounds of buttery popcorn, you just
you just gotta go.
In the middle of Frozen, you know.
In the middle of Frozen.
You don't want to miss Let It Go, so you got to go before or after.
You can't let it go during Let It Go. Which, by the way, Frozen is now #1 for animated films. So, yay. Had to throw in
very
Frozen.
happy. It
I'm
beat
very
out Toy Story
excited.
3.
Beat out
#1
Toy Story
animated
3.
film.
My week is made. And we digress.
Speaking of things that make children happy, you'll need a few dozen pounds of peanut butter if you want to build the biggest peanut butter jelly sandwich ever. And a couple, and by a couple I mean an entire school has done this. Who better to do this giant peanut butter jelly sandwich than a bunch of elementary school kids? The Mammoth sandwich measured 51 feet 6 inches long and took 17 jars of jelly, 25 2-foot-long loaves of bread, and 60 pounds of peanut butter. 60 whole pounds of peanut butter. Students from this Escondido charter school right down south of us came up with the idea to mark the National Peanut Butter Jelly Day. So I'm just happy that they got the ratio of peanut butter to jelly correct. 60 pounds of peanut butter to, 17 jars of jelly. So they got the, you got to have the 2-for-1 ratio with the peanut butter, and watching the kids eat it is hysterical.
I was going to say, I'm really enjoying watching these children eat them, especially the little boy you see whose face is completely covered in peanut butter. He's got it down. He knows what
I
he's
wonder
doing.
how much milk the school had to buy to go along with 60 pounds of peanut butter.
60 pounds of peanut butter.
60 pounds of peanut butter.
Me,
the children
feel
probably don't even weigh
like
60
that
pounds.
ratio is a little bit off.
Shayla's a proponent of the 1-to-1.
I like the 1-to-1. You got to even it out. That's a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Did you see
It's a lot of peanut butter. It's a lot. It's a lot of sticky. I don't know if I could handle that. I feel bad for the kids at the school that had a peanut allergy. Did they just not come to school that day?
I guess they didn't come to school that day. Or maybe they used almond butter for them, but that wouldn't be a PB&J. So.
Yeah, it'd be an almond. My favorite sandwich, which I always tell you, is almond butter, strawberry jelly, bananas, apples, and whole grain bread.
That sounds
so
like
the
a
peanut
winner.
allergy kids may have indulged on that while
sounds a little dangerous.
their nut-loving friends ate 60 pounds of peanut butter in one day.
That is a lot of peanut butter. And I'm a peanut butter fan, but I don't know. I don't know if I can handle all of that. And sticking to new recipes, this Washington teenager has cooked up an idea to pay for her college. So you can forget loans or scholarships. Rachel Lingenbrick is baking her way, through college. The high school senior borrows a commercial kitchen from her neighbor, and the money she earns is all going towards her college education. So I'm extremely convicted here. I can make toast, which I think is pretty impressive, and cereal.
I make really good pancakes. That's the extent of my...
That's all you need. We've got this down. But to actually go into business, to fund college at only a high school senior, that's so impressive.
It's always impressive.
I wish I had that in me.
I know, when they have this drive, and they, she's succeeding, and it's really, and it's a bakery.
Yeah.
What college? I mean, every
It's a great
college.
business.
Yeah.
I will.
We need one in Malibu.
I'll enjoy it.
Last
Oh my
night I wanted a
goodness, for
cupcake. I had
sure.
no idea where to get a cupcake from.
Struggles. There's always Ralph's, but
That's true.
it's not quite the same.
That's true.
But
So we're going to take a quick
wish
break.
you luck.
But when we come back, we'll have the latest news and sports from around the world and here at Pepperdine. So you won't want to miss that. Stay tuned here
absolutely.
on
Stay with us.
Good Morning Malibu.